One night, a king had a strange and terrifying dream. In his dream, he saw a dark shadow standing in front of him. The sight made his heart pound in fear. He asked, trembling, "Who are you and why have you come to me?" The shadow replied calmly, "I am Death. I just came to tell you that tomorrow before sunset, your time will be over. I will come to take you, so be prepared." The king woke sweating. His body was shaking and his mind was filled with fear. He could not believe what he had just seen. He immediately called his ministers. Everyone rushed through the palace and gathered in the royal hall. When all arrived, the king said in a trembling voice, "I saw Death in my dream." He said, "He will come tomorrow before sunset." Find out what it means. Bring all the wise men and dream interpreters right now. Soon, many scholars and dream readers filled the hall. They proud their ancient books and started debating with each other. One said, "This dream is a warning." Another said, "Death can never appear in dreams." The third shouted, "It is just a nightmare. No need to be afraid." The fourth said, "Maybe our enemy country will attack us today." The fifth, or maybe an earthquake will come and destroy this palace today. They kept arguing endlessly, each one trying to prove his own logic. The king, sitting on his throne, grew more and more anxious. Time was passing quickly, and still there was no clear answer. Just then, an old man who had served the king for many years came close and whispered softly, "Your Majesty, don't be foolish and waste your time listening to these people. They will keep arguing until sunset, and then you will have no time to escape. If Death has truly given you a warning, don't try to ignore it. Take your fastest horse and escape from the palace. Go as far away as you can before sunset. Maybe then you can save your life. Once the danger is over, you can return." The king thought for a moment. The advice sounded logical. He thought, "If I go far from here, I can escape an enemy attack or an earthquake. Maybe even Death won't be able to find me." Without wasting another minute, he ordered his best horse to be prepared, and within minutes he galloped out of the palace gates, racing through forest, fields, and mountains. He rode so fast that even his soldiers were left far behind. He rode all day without stopping. By afternoon, he had crossed rivers and deserts. His horse was tired, but the king kept pushing it forward. By the time the sun started setting, the king had crossed several kingdoms and reached a distant land he had never seen before. It was a beautiful, hilly area surrounded by forest and rivers. The golden light of the evening spread across the land. Exhausted but relieved, the king finally stopped under a last tree on a small hill. He gently patted his horse and said with a smile, "You did so well, my friend. We have come hundreds of miles away from our palace. Death can never find us here." Saying this, he sat under the tree to rest. But just as he sat down, he suddenly felt a chill in the air, like someone was standing behind him. Slowly, he turned around and his heart almost stopped. There stood Death, the same shadow he had seen in his dream. The king asked, "You and here, but how? I ran so far away. How did you find me?" Death laughed softly and said, "My dear king, I was not following you. In fact, I was waiting for you here all along." The king stayed in shock as Death continued, "You see, king, you were destined to die today under this very tree. When I saw you in your palace last night, I was wondering how would you reach this place in time. It seemed so far away. That's why I came in your dream to make sure you would run and arrive here exactly on time." The king dropped to his knees. He realized the bitter truth, and trying to run away from his fate, he had run straight into it. The story reminds us that how overthinking and fear can lead us in the wrong direction. Many times in life, when something scares us, we start imagining the worst. Our mind keeps running in circles, trying to find a way to escape. But the more we run, the more we get trapped by our own thoughts. The king in this story did the same. foreseeing the dream. He tried to run away from what he feared. But in the end, he reached exactly where his fear led him. This happens to many of us too. We run away from our problems, from people or from situations we don't want to face. But somehow they follow us until we learn to face them. Overthinking makes small things look bigger. It takes away our peace and fills us with fear. So don't let fear or overthinking control your life. Face your challenges with a clear mind. Sometimes what we fear the most is not as big as we imagine. It is just our thoughts making it so. The moment you face it with courage, the fear disappears and life starts flowing again with peace and strength.